You open your investment app, and for a fleeting second, a spark of hope rises within you. But then reality hits. The numbers have barely moved. And an uncomfortable question starts to creep in. Why does building wealth feel like dragging a massive boulder uphill, even when you're following the plan perfectly? You save, you invest, you do everything right. So why does it feel like you're getting nowhere? The truth is, it's not that you're failing. It's that the system of wealth growth itself hides its true power until a very specific moment. Money doesn't move in a straight line. It starts in whispers, almost invisibly. Those early deposits you make, they feel like tiny raindrops falling into a vast, endless ocean. You remain consistent, disciplined, and patient, yet your balance only inches forward, and your mind naturally interprets this slow crawl as stagnation, as failure. But beneath the surface, there's a hidden rhythm at play. Compounding is working, silently and relentlessly, building the foundation for an explosive acceleration that's coming later. The tension you're feeling isn't about your results, it's about your perspective. Right now, you're measuring the impact of your growth against the size of your contributions, not against its future potential. Think about it this way. When your portfolio is below, say, $100,000, your own money, the cash you deposit each month is the hero of the story. It completely dominates the narrative. Your contributions are the loudest voice in the room, masking the sound of the powerful engine that's quietly warming up in the background. Imagine an orchestra tuning up before a concert. Each individual instrument is barely audible. You hear a stray violin note here, a quiet trumpet sound there. It's just noise, not music. But then, the conductor raises the baton, and that first unified chord crystallizes into a harmony that suddenly, dramatically, fills the entire hall. That invisible, chaotic buildup is what makes the final performance so powerful. The same principle applies to your investments. That quiet, almost boring phase is what makes the moment when your investment growth finally surpasses your personal contributions feel so absolutely magical. And that moment will happen, but only if you give time and mathematics the space to complete their quiet, unseen work. Understanding this turning point, this shift where the system begins to move independently of your direct effort, reframes every single milestone that follows. It will fundamentally change how you interact with your money forever. Once that solid foundation is laid, the mechanics of wealth reveal themselves with startling clarity. Every dollar you've contributed is no longer the loudest signal in your account. Your growth starts to speak in its own powerful language, and the math behind it is relentless. As your base grows larger, your returns start compounding on themselves, creating a self-feeding, self-perpetuating cycle. Suddenly, small percentage gains translate into meaningful dollar amounts. The pace of accumulation changes so dramatically that all those early frustrations, all that doubt, simply vanishes in hindsight. You'll look back and wonder why you were ever worried. Yet, the path to this stage is filled with psychological traps. It's so easy to misread the quiet phase as failure. It's tempting to start chasing higher, riskier returns to constantly switch your strategy, or even to pull your money out entirely, right when patience is the most critical ingredient. But history and behavioral finance studies show us a clear pattern. The individuals who maintain their discipline through this invisible stage almost always reach the tipping point faster. They succeed not by being geniuses, but simply by letting the incredible power of compounding do its work. Even market downturns, which seem so threatening and scary in the moment, actually act as accelerators for those who are committed to steady accumulation. Think about it. Every market dip is a sale. It allows you to acquire more shares, more units of your investments at lower prices. This dramatically magnifies the power of the eventual rebound. The lesson here is subtle, but incredibly powerful. Wealth grows quietly. It grows patiently. It grows invisibly, until it finally crosses certain thresholds that completely transform your experience of money. It shifts from being something driven by your effort to something that is self-perpetuating. By the time your account starts approaching the mid-six-figure mark, the engine of compounding is finally carrying more weight than your own contributions. Months turn into milestones, and you get your first real, tangible glimpse of what financial autonomy truly feels like. And then, your entire perspective shifts again. Once your investment growth consistently outpaces your own deposits, every decision you make, Every dollar you have starts to function as leverage, not just as input. The system is no longer just reacting to what you put in. It becomes proactive. It's capable of generating meaningful options and opportunities for you without any extra effort on your part. Those practical thresholds like $650,000 or $1 million stop being abstract targets on a spreadsheet. They become real, tangible measures of independence, flexibility, and bargaining power. At these levels, a small, steady percentage gain can translate into usable income. Income that can fund your living expenses, allow you to experiment with a new business idea, or support lifestyle choices that were previously completely dependent on your salary. The process is cumulative, and it accelerates. After you reach your first million, the journey to the next million is often significantly faster. Why? Because the base is larger. Compounding accelerates even further, and achieving significant incremental growth requires far less personal effort. At this stage, the rules of the game change. Discipline matters more than trying to time the market. Automation, setting up automatic investments, becomes more powerful than relying on your intuition, and consistent incremental application of your strategy far outweighs any single perfect move you might try to make. Your focus shifts. Risk management, asset allocation, and withdrawal strategies become tools for preserving the wealth you've built, not for chasing a fortune. Ultimately, the lesson isn't about how to get rich quick. It's found in persistence, in scale, and in allowing the invisible engine of compounding to quietly, relentlessly, and powerfully reshape your financial life.